What's up, everybody? Welcome to the live. This may be the last live while the campaign is ongoing. It's set to end tonight at midnight with no more extensions. So I see a bunch of folks have been in the comment section already of this live. Got a bunch of questions to go over, so I'll do my best to touch on those as we get forward and also answer any questions that come in thereafter. Hope everybody's having an amazing Sunday so far. The campaign is going strong for the final day. It looks like we're going to cross that 12 million before the end of the day today. Super exciting. What's up, Brian? Great to have you on. Hope your beta's performing well for you. All right, let me just take a few seconds, make sure it's up on the page, everything's working okay, and then I'll get right into the questions. Brian, the top Indiegogo campaign ever was $11.828 million. We just passed that this morning around 8 or 9 a.m. Babymaker is now the highest funded campaign ever on Indiegogo. Super exciting. All right, I think we're good. Can't get it to load on the campaign page, but it should be there. If anybody notices any issues with the links, let me know. All right, I'm going to hit the most recent questions from when I came on first, and then if time permits, I'll go back to the beginning from all the questions from before going live. All right. My friend and I brought the Pro yesterday with the wives. They're around 5'4". Will the 19-inch be too big for them? No, not at all, Soleil. The 19-inch should fit them very well. We've had some riders that are 5'3", 5'4" on the 23-inch frame, and that's definitely a stretch for them. Definitely not the right frame size, but they were able to ride the 23-inch okay. With the 19-inch, it will fit perfectly at that height. For those ordering last min, is it still approximately October for delivery? Yes, Trevnod, we're still on track for those October shipping estimates. What are the specs on the lights in the terrain kit? Great question, Carolyn. I don't have those offhand. I'll have to ask Pete for the exact specs, but lights are something we've been working on since the very start of the company, always looking for like higher and higher lumens, better and better lights. So this does not represent our first set of lights by any means. Just signed up yesterday for a Pro. Watched your video on how to navigate a hill. At what pedal RPM does the pedal assist kick in? Tomars, that's immediate. So as soon as you start pressing the pedals, the bike will sense that the pedals have moved and the pedal assist kicks in right away. In like a quarter turn, half turn, you'll start to notice that assist. If Indiegogo tries to extend again, will you decline? Daddy Yank, we've already pressed our luck as much as we can with Indiegogo. We had to push pretty hard for the last extensions, so we're all on the same page. We will not be able to extend any further. I'm wondering if I should buy an extra battery and why would I need one? Vin, eventually when the battery runs out or you're not happy with the battery capacity anymore, you'll be able to change it fairly simply. You can buy one now to be prepared, or if you wanted to like cycle them out every once in a while, or just wait until you need the battery. So they're rated to maintain 70% of their capacity after 500 charge cycles. You still use it after that, but if you're not happy with the capacity at that point, or at any point, you can just get a new battery and change it out. Is it possible to have a regular factor? I believe that means receipt with all details of seller buy, final price, that. Alessandro, that's something we're looking into. So once the bikes kind of ship, especially for Europe, I know a lot of people have suggested that would be looking to send out like a mass receipt to everybody. You do have one on Indiegogo, but you can use that for now. That may be enough for your purposes. How much is the cool FLX cell phone holder? Brian, we haven't got that for sale individually yet. If we do sell it in the future, I imagine it'll be like 20, 25 bucks. Had a name of BM buyer. Could you confirm an order with details like options? Hey, Shindog, you'll be able to see that yourself if you log into Indiegogo and just go to a page that's called Your Contributions. You'll be able to check that yourself. No need to wait for our response or email us. You can check it yourself. If you have trouble finding that, feel free to email us. However, there's quite a delay at the moment. I'm barely 5'8" with a short 27-inch inseam. I'm also 72. I wanted to be able to rest my feet. Keith, you probably want the 19-inch frame. Tomar's question about the brakes between the Pro and Bullhorn handlebars. For the Pro with the Bullhorn handlebars, it's going to be Magura hydraulic disc brakes, which are mounted in the center. Now, Magura does not make a drop lever, which is a vertical lever for drop bars. So what we've done, this was in a previous update. You can see if you scroll back, like kind of midway through the campaign, there's been a couple updates that we've done on the brakes. For the drop levers with Pro bars, we've gone ahead and sourced another brake. It's called the TRP HY/RD. It's also a hydraulic disc brake, mechanically actuated hydraulic disc brake. So it allows you to have those levers in the front of the drop bars where they typically are. You can use them from the front in an aero stance or from the top as well in a more casual stance. And it's a very, very good brake. So we did that so that you could put those brake levers on the Pro in the spot where they need to be and still have a nice hydraulic disc brake. Do you or will you make a mountain bike? Bruce, we actually started with mountain bikes. We make loads of mountain bikes. If you go to our website, www.flx.bike, you can see our full lineup, including our flagship model, the Blade 2.0. It's just nuts. It's a very cool electric mountain bike. Local SD represent. Hell yeah, MPF, how you doing? How do I change the color of my bike that I ordered? Yeah, just email us, Karen. hello@flx.bike is our support email. Azine says, do you think I could use the Babymaker for hills? Do you still need quite a lot of force? Zane, it does great on hills. Absolutely awesome. I posted an update 2 days ago, I believe, with some techniques about how to climb hills with the Babymaker. It does really, really well. If you have like extremely steep hills or a ton of them, you may want to consider one of our other electric bikes too, which have gears, mid-motors, all that. But the Babymaker does really well on hills. Hills that you would have to walk a normal bike up, you can shoot up at 10, 15 miles an hour. How do you charge the bike? Yeah, there's just a little port on the side. You stick the charger in there, stick the other side of the charger into the wall, just like your laptop. Charges in about 2 hours. Scott, I did not find out about the quick release seat clamp from Pete yet, but I'm going to ask right now. Vin, will the battery price be the same later on or will it increase? Vin, I think it's like 200 right now and it's probably going to go up to 300, which is the retail price of that once they're in stock. Will your company offer new battery if you're able to make longer lasting battery? Probably, Daddy Yank. We're using the absolute max capacity on the market right now. Battery technology is kind of slow. We've only since 2016, the maximum capacity cells have increased. I think we've had a 5% increase in battery cell capacity since 2016, 4 years ago. So it may be quite a while before we have a significant increase in the amount of energy we can pack into that same battery. What brand and model of disc brakes on the Pro? Soleil for the bullhorn bars, it's the Magura MT30 hydraulic disc brakes, and for the drop bars, the TRP HYRD hydraulic disc brakes. If we emailed FLX directly to change our order, would it be reflected on the Indiegogo contribution page? No, Mike, it will not. Indiegogo doesn't allow us to change the orders, so we're doing that on our own system. We're keeping track of those. I changed mine to upper bullhorns this weekend. Is it too late? Sorry for annoying change again. Hey, Fred. No, today is the cutoff. Tonight at midnight PST is the cutoff for order changes. Please get that in now. What's the range of the Pro at level 5 pedal assist? It really depends on your surroundings. Get that question all the time. We have an answer to that in the FAQ. Depending on how you ride, how much you weigh, what kind of hills. It could be as low as like 10 miles or as high as 20 plus miles. That's in level 5. If you put it in a lower level, one of our beta riders, Eugene, he's got 46, 47 miles in level 3. He's a pretty fit rider. But yeah, the range would be all over the place and really depends on how you ride. Frox ART was trying to get the standard Babymaker, but the payment was failing. Even the contact mail was failing. It sounds like a problem with the Indiegogo website. I've heard many reports of that where it's taken a few times to get that payment through. I would try a couple more times. Make sure like your zip code, all the info is correct. Try it with another card. If that doesn't work, sometimes it can be the bank just not authorizing a charge that with that high of an amount. So some banks will have like a $500 limit or a $1,000 limit on your actual card. It could be that. You can reach out to your bank. If that doesn't work, I would contact Indiegogo and just say you're having a problem with the payment. We do not control the payments on Indiegogo. That's all of them. So unfortunately, that is out of our control. Yeah, anybody with order change requests, I'm just going to put these all in the same one. Email us hello@flx.bike. If it's your color, your handlebars, your frame, anything like that, hello@flx.bike is the email to contact if you need to change or inquire about your specific order. Hey, Andy, the motor that we're using, we have been using that in prototypes of other bikes and have been very happy with it so far. It's the Ikema 350 watt nominal motor, 500 watts peak power, very powerful. Haven't had a single motor failure yet on all the beta bikes, so we're quite happy with it. And should anything go wrong, it is an easy replacement. It's literally one plug and then loosen the nuts on the wheel, pull out the wheel, swap in a new one if you did have an issue with it. Brandopedia, welcome. Derek, I think you're reading the page wrong. From what I see on the page, it says a delivery, shipping estimate of October, not November. I'm a bit lost in the comments. Bear with me. Okay. Is it possible to swap the black seat to the leather seat for the matte black Babymaker? Ray, we will not be doing any customization outside of the options that are offered on the page. We have thousands and thousands of bikes to build. We can't handle custom requests. You'll be able to change it and customize it any way you like. We will not be doing that at the factory in the interest of getting you your bike as quickly as possible. So, Lael, yeah, you're right. It is a single speed bike. How does it handle um, more resistance with going up or downhill? Well, you can't shift because it is a single speed. So the trick is to kind of operate in optimal speed range on the bike. So you want to be for like maximum power, I'd say, or maximum efficiency from that motor. You want to be at a speed above about 10 miles an hour, especially when you're going up hills. You can see my last video about 2 days ago detailing 2 ways to get up steep hills, but you can get up them just fine. The thing with a normal single speed or fixie bike is it sucks trying to get up hills and stuff like with no power from a motor. It's tough. It's really hard because you can't shift in lower gear. The great thing about the Babymaker is now that we have this technology and the power from the motor, literally the ability to triple your own human power. Now a hill that was impossible on a regular fixie or impossible on a regular bike, now you can just jet up it, even with a single speed bike. So we're super stoked about that. A few of us were discussing if we'll have to pay VAT in the UK when we receive the bike. Melanie, I don't know. That's something I personally have not researched, so it's going to come from Spain. I would recommend doing a little research for electric bikes shipped from Spain to the UK and see what your local laws say about that. Jared, great question. In regards to the cadence sensor, if you want to go 20 miles per hour, are you pedaling as fast as you would without the assist, just without the effort, or are you pedaling slower? Jared, your cadence will need to keep up with that 20 mile per hour speed. So whether the motor is on or not, your pedals will need to be moving that fast. If the motor is on, the motor is going to be doing most of the work. Though your legs are still moving, the motor is helping out. If the motor is off, then now it's your legs providing all the power. So same cadence, but different amounts of power input for your pedals. Do you know if your batteries can be recycled? Trev, nod. So there's loads of different ways to recycle lithium batteries. I recommend just doing some Google search, see what's available in your areas. There's places that will take lithium batteries, and because they're very high capacity cells, it's possible even to sell those. I know there's a big market for like vape cartridges for battery cells, things like that. So you may be able to find like an electronics guy that can give you a few bucks for it. I've got an Orbea gain and use it for commuting longer rides with low levels of assist. Would you see the Babymaker Pro as a good addition or replacement? Chromio, the Babymaker Pro is a good addition to anybody, in my opinion. Thanks, Rob. FLX rocks. Thank you so much, the high performance dentist. One sec here. When I put the brake on and I'm in level speed 5, does the motor shut off or does it sense that you're slowing down? Paul, the motor stops as soon as you stop pedaling. So it's really just sensing, are the pedals moving forward? And if they are, then it's going to assist you. If they're not, then it's going to stop assisting. So anytime you brake, you're going to stop pedaling forward, I hope, in which case the motor will stop assisting you. Will most stem extensions fit the Babymaker? Yes, Dominic, it's a standard size. The exact diameter, I can try to find that for you here. Yeah, it should be a 25.4 millimeter steerer tube, which is exactly 1 inch. So a 1 inch steerer tube. You want to find a 1 inch steerer tube extender. For those of us not in the US, any chance we can get a tour of the shop floor and get to ogle some of the bikes? Sure, Babs, I'll take you for a ride right here. I do have to catch up on some of these comments, but we'll do a quick one here. Quick tour for everybody curious. This is my office, by the way. Bit of a mess. I've got my glamour light here to look pretty. This is the rest of the office. Also a bit of a mess right now. Things are a bit crazy with COVID. And walking into here, you'll see our main showroom. Nobody's here but me on a Sunday right now. This is our showroom. I'm gonna show you a cool piece of art too that we just got in the mail. Check this out. I'm gonna send this out on an update, but you guys can have a preview. So somebody, a super fan, made this Babymaker out of bottle caps and like beer cans, shreds of beer cans. Really, really cool. And the whole thing is covered in epoxy. I love seeing things like those. Very, very creative. All right, let's get to the bikes. This is the Gladiator. It's our fat tire bike. It's got 4-inch tires, hub motor, and a 500 or 650 watt-hour battery. You can get a throttle on that, big handlebars. This is the Blade 2.0, our flagship model. This hub alone, by the way, costs more than the entire Babymaker Pro right now. This is a $1,400 hub, but it's super cool. We use the same belt, by the way. This is a Carbon Gates belt drive. This is the same belt with a 1,500 watt motor, and it can take all that power. This is the same belt that we use on the Babymaker Pro. Really excited about that bike. This is one of our best sellers, the FLX Trail. This is the F4 Trail. We've recently released the F5 Trail for sale. Here's our shop Blade 2.0. Whew, that's a pretty bike. Somebody was asking about mountain bikes. That is our flagship mountain bike. The battery, by the way, big battery, 900 watt hours comes out from the bottom. There we got the Babymaker betas. This is my my personal first choice for my Babymaker. I love it in pink with the bull bars. We've got a blue one too. That's electric blue, not a production one. Somebody was asking about the brakes. I'm just going to show you what the brakes look like on a dropper model and what the advantage of that is. If you look here, the dropper model has the brakes mounted in the front. The reason we went with TRP on the Pro is because we can mount them like this and still get a nice hydraulic disc brake. So the advantage here is when you're on this bike, you can brake from a very casual riding stance like this, or you can lean down and get really low on the bike and still brake like this. The bull bars are a bit different. The brakes are in the middle. So it's a very casual stance. Just got your hands here, brake whenever. When I'm hill climbing though, I like to go to the outside and really grip on here and use that to kind of counteract my leg force, and I can put more in it. Here we've got a prototype Babymaker Pro. That is not the sterling color. That's just an unpainted prototype, but it does have the Carbon Gates belt drive. Got a bunch of skateboards in here too. This is where the shop guys do their work. And we got a little boardroom up there with all the grass. That's the office. In the back, we have a warehouse, which is 50% of our space here. And we can fit about 500 bikes in there. Pretty cool. All right, enough yapping. I'll get back to the questions here. Somebody wrote, how do you shave the dimple in your chin? That's a tough one. I really got to get right in there with the shaver. All right, let me see where we were on those questions. Does the Babymaker come with a 220 volt charger for Europe? Yes, the charger is 110 to 240 volts. It works worldwide. Will bikes shipped to Canada be shipped within Canada? Mr. Yang, the bikes for Canada will be shipped from our production facility in China via container to Canada, and then go to a third-party fulfillment service inside Canada and be shipped to you. The last time we shipped a big container to Canada, I believe there were import duties, something like 13 to 14%. So you may want to check with your local Canadian. It's called GST, whatever they charge. That's what, they got to charge you that. It's the government. There's no way around it. You will be liable for that. Matt, the bolts are not magnetic themselves, but they're steel, so a magnet will pick them up. How and when do we go about paying for additional upgrades? So if you look on the campaign page in the update section at the bottom of every update, there are instructions on how to order your upgrades for the bike, even if you've already ordered it. How much will motor cost? Andy, I'm not sure yet. It'll be a very reasonable price. We're probably going to sell the motor with the entire wheel and tire just to make it easier, so you don't have to mess around with that. Just swap it in, swap it out. Inner rim size in millimeters. I think it's 17 millimeters. Dominic, don't quote me on that. But it's around that. Lance, you won't notice any difference in the motors. Will I still pay promotional price for upgrades? Yes, Todd. Is it possible to change the wheels so you can ride it on gravel or dirt paths? Hyperactive. I posted an update about what wheel size you can fit on there. Yes, you can change the tires out anytime you like. Make sure you get one that fits. I don't recommend anything wider than about 32 millimeters, a 32C tire. Though you could probably squeeze a bit more in there. Brian says, love my beta. As one of the very fortunate test pilots, get ready for an exciting ride. It sells itself here. Riding it, you will be all in. Thank you so much, Brian. I'm stoked you're enjoying it. Love seeing your video too, by the way. I'm a 75-year-old mountain biker. Where'd that comment go? Lost the comment. 75-year-old mountain biker who stumbled upon your website yesterday, read everything, and ordered a 23-inch Pro. Now that I know you make a mountain bike, can I change my order to a mountain bike? Yes, Bruce. Please just contact us. hello@flx.bike. Let us know what you need, what you want, and we will sort you out. Are the threads on the pedals standard to accommodate clip-in pedals? Yes, standard pedals, Tomars. You can swap it out for any pedal you like. I'm from Canada. Is it possible to ship to Ogdensburg, New York, rather than to my home address? So, Lael, if you've got an address in the U.S., of course you can use that. Is it possible to charge the Babymaker during driving with an external battery pack and the right voltage? The FP Dragon, right now the answer to that is no. I don't recommend it. It is highly requested, so we do have that in mind. I'm thinking down the line I'm going to want a bigger front sprocket. Do you think that would be an easy customization to change out belt and sprocket through carbon gates? Yes, Jared, that should be fairly simple. You just want to get a bigger front sprocket and a longer belt to match the increase in size there. Can you show us all the production colors? Those are all on the Indiegogo webpage. That's the closest kind of mock-ups we have to the production colors. They'll be like that tangerine color, that neon orange, and kiwi. Those two are official. The sterling is official. The matte black, it's just kind of a standard matte black. And then the berry will match the pink one that I sent you there. So that's production as well. The only question mark is the blue raspberry. I have sent out like a color swatch to match that before. And also you can see the mock-up of it on the campaign page. Once we have them done with painting, I will be sharing photos for sure. Any chance you guys can put a 3-digit security code on the LCD controller to lock the motor for security? RJ8U, I don't think the display has that function, and now it's a bit too late to be able to implement that. Will the price of the Babymaker lower or increase over time? Deadshot is going to increase. Right now, it's a huge discount, just because it is pre-order. So in exchange for waiting and funding the production, basically you give us your money, we take that money, we put in orders, all the stuff gets built, then we assemble the bikes, ship the bike to you. You do wait a bit to get the bike, but in exchange, you get it first before everybody else, and you get a huge discount. If we had to fund all the production from our pockets, we wouldn't be able to give it to you at this low of a price. We need to make up for all the risk we take by funding it ourselves. So that's why you're able to get such a big discount on the bike, and also why there is a wait before you get it. Hi Rob, saw most of the videos in production have Chinese ideograms on screen. Does this mean that Babymaker bikes are produced in China? Is this the reason for the long waiting? Nick, all bikes are produced in China, 99%. If you look at any major brand, they're produced in Asia, Taiwan or China. Taiwan, which is called the People's Republic of China. And we design the bikes, we design them all in 3D. And then those schematics where we like match up what you've probably seen in our production updates, the frame to the 2D schematic. Chinese is added to those by our factories, our production facilities, our frame makers, so that they can understand it, because they are speaking Chinese in China. Lost the comments again. One sec here. There we are. Okay. Babs, thanks for the tour. Your success is thoroughly deserved. Never dealt with a company of people who are so clearly enthusiastic about what they do. Thank you so much, Babs. I really, really appreciate that. That means a lot to us. Since we started this, it's kind of a hobby. We do it for fun. Pete and I, we've never taken paychecks since the start of the company. We love doing it. So really appreciate that you recognize that. Order regular bike, early bird pricing. Indiegogo page said belt drive. Assumed all bikes were belt drives, now paying more. First order was 6,000, now it's 11,000. Cornell, sorry for the confusion there. I know the page does say belt drive at the top, but if you look at the actual perks, it's very clear also in the page that the base model is with a chain and the pro model is with a belt. The reason all the photos are with belt drives is because all of our prototypes are with belt drive. They do not reflect the actual offerings, which are clearly laid out in each perk. On your next question, your order will be in accordance with when you place the order. So if it's in the 11,000s, that's where it will be in our production line. Has anybody else on here successfully confirmed an order for Indiegogo? Shindog, I hope you're in the my account section of Indiegogo. should be able to see your contributions and see exactly what you've contributed. The life expectancy of the battery, it's rated to maintain 70% of its charge capacity after 500 cycles. Michael says, I'm also based in SD. What's your favorite bike? Oh man, that's tough. That's like asking which child is your favorite. That's really tough. I'm loving the Babymaker, just how simple and light it is. It gets a ton of attention. If I just want to like cruise, like ride around the city and take it easy, maybe a shorter ride, 5, 10, 15 miles, Babymaker is awesome. If I want to go nuts though and just take it like off-road, be doing fat jumps, riding over like any curves or obstacles, then it'd probably have to be the Blade 2.0, which is our flagship model, and it can run. It's nuts. It goes 40 miles an hour. It can run forever. A lot of fun. Bob, if you have an issue with your order, please reach out to us. hello@flx.bike, the support team. They'll be able to get into all the data and tell you more information about your order. Do you have to change the bike wheels to change the bike tires? No, not at all. Hyperactive lifestyle. It's very simple change to swap out the tires. You just want to find ones that fit the wheels. But the wheels are equipped with through axle or regular quick release. So they'll regular quick release in the front, and then it's kind of a bolt-on axle in the back because of that rear motor needs to be bolt-on. Is it possible to get the Babymaker standard and upgrade the brakes with a Shimano disc brake? I would prefer having a chain drive with a disc brake. The FP Dragon, yeah, you can customize it any way you like. If you want to change them out for the Shimano disc brakes, you'll be able to do that yourself once you get it. It's just a question of how much time and money you're willing to put into it. Andy just ordered 2 bikes. How will black look like? Don't have any picture how exactly it will look. Let me try and find a photo of our Blade 2.0 in black and show that to you guys. This is going to be kind of awkward showing you my computer screen here. But this is what the black color will look like. So this is our standard matte black, and that's of the Blade 2.0. That's the same color the matte black Babymaker will be. If you look at our website, you can look at our other models in matte black. They'll be the same paint. Will you accept Amex gift cards for payment? Mike, I'm not sure. We don't handle the payments. That's on Indiegogo's website. So feel free to give it a try. I have no idea if it accepts it or not. What's up, Eugene? Great to have you on here. Do you charge extra for shipping? Yes. When you add it to your cart and go through checkout, the shipping costs will be added to the order based on your country. Do you do the design work in-house? Yes, Mark. I don't personally do it. I contribute very little to the design work, but Pete, my business partner, he runs our whole design and manufacturing department. So the Babymaker, that's something he oversaw for the last two years. We've got several engineers working under him to design the bikes and just make them beautiful. Will China be selling your bike in China? No, Daddy Yank. We will be the only ones selling our bike. We may ship some to China, a very limited amount, but at the moment. There's no distributors, nothing like that we have set up in China. Do a Babymaker Pro giveaway. Thank you for the suggestion. What are you drinking? This is Chinese green tea. It's really simple to make. You just throw the green tea, throw in some water, chuck it in the fridge for a day, and you're set to go. It's really, really good. Very refreshing. Bit of caffeine to get you through the day. By the way, I lived in China for 10 years. That's why I have all these strange Chinese habits. But there are some really cool things that I've learned in the culture there and kind of adopted and taken back home with me to the US. Abby, I sent an email to hello@FLX if I asked to make a change and would like a confirmation this is going to happen. Abby, thank you. Right now, emails are quite a bit behind. We've just had all these inquiries. A lot of them are just ridiculous emails, like people asking how much does it cost. It's right there on the page, so that's why responses are kind of slow at the moment. We're getting about 500 emails a day to respond to, and we're probably 4, 5, maybe even 6 days behind on emails at the moment. So it will take a bit to get back to you. As soon as the campaign ends tonight, we expect the email volume to reduce dramatically. So the team will hopefully be able to get caught up, hopefully by the end of next week. Mark said, are you independently wealthy? Mark, I've been saving my whole entire life to kind of use that for something. I did have very good paying jobs before that. I was in the aviation industry. I just saved my money because I knew I was going to do something with it someday. And FLX was that. It's been entirely self-funded by Pete and myself. And I live very frugally. I don't even have a house. I live in a fucking van. I live in my van. So all of that is in an effort to save resources and pay our employees, build these bikes for you guys. I will be changing that soon, though. Pete and I will start taking paychecks very soon. Rob, what's your favorite color? Of the Babymakers, pink is the one I ride the most, the berry color. I like it. It gets the most attention. Would there be an issue towing a cart for a dog with the Babymaker? No, DS. Many people have done that with our bikes in the past. Don't expect any issues with that. Loving what you guys are doing. Keep up the amazing work. Lost in the comments again. Give me 1 second to find my place here in the comments. They jump all over the place. Okay. Shindog City, question about your order and your receipt. Yes, hello. You have the email written wrong. It's not hello@flx.com. It's hello@flx.bike. No .com. I'm going to type that here in the comments. hello@flx.bike. If you have any questions about your order or need any changes about your order. Can you buy the light and cell phone holder? Possibly in the future, Leland. It is a low priority for us at the moment. You do have the option of getting the touring package, which has the works with it, the rack, all that stuff. In the future, we may offer them separately, but it is a low priority in comparison with building all the bikes, which is no small effort by any means. What's the best day this coming week to visit the store for a test ride? Chris, Tuesday through Friday are our best days for visits. That's Monday's tough because we kind of have a big backlog from the weekend. Tuesdays through Friday, we've got full staff there. That's the best day if you want to come in for a test ride. The frame for the Standard is prepared for a disc brake mounting. No, the FP Dragon, it is not. That's a great point. So it's got mounts for the V brakes, not for disc brakes. That's beautiful. You're so close to 12 million USD. Heck yeah. Let's do it. Set goals, work hard, put your head down, get it. I already have 2 kids. Is baby making guaranteed or is this optional? Brandopedia, it's not a guarantee. Nobody can guarantee the baby making. However, there's definitely a correlation between the amount of baby making and the amount of baby maker writing that you do. True story. RJ8U about the $1 deposit thing. It's too late for that. We sent out loads of emails about that in the past. That has come and gone. Hyperactive lifestyle. Where can I find electric mountain bikes through FLX, and will they work like the Babymaker? Hyperactive. I'm going to send you our website, www.flx.bike. You can find them there. We've got a load of bikes. Just showed you guys in the shop. Check those out. Really, really awesome bikes. Kate said, how does the belt get through the rear triangle sorcery? Great question. I'm going to see if I can find you a photo that will show you that. All right, here you go. I'm going to show you, Kate, exactly how that happens. That's a great question. So if you look here on the rear triangle of the bike, right here, that little notch, that's actually a split in the seat stay. So that comes open. If you unbolt those 2 pieces, you can actually open it up just enough to get the belt in. And that's how we assemble them. That's how we install them at the factory. Where's the name coming from? Babymaker. From 2 sick minds, Soleo. That's from Pete and I. We brainstormed that name. I believe it was Pete's idea. I loved it. He loved it. And we went with that. Would you recommend purchasing another battery? Lance, it's definitely not needed. It's up to you. If you feel like you'd like to have one on hand, you're welcome to. But it's not necessary by any means. Martin says the email hello@flx.bike isn't working. Martin, I will write that down. I will look into that after this. I hope it's not completely full, but I'll look into that after this video. Israel, love the ad for William Painter sunglasses. Thank you. They make some awesome sunglasses. I work a little bit with them. They're really cool. You remind me of the host of Hot Ones. Thank you, Dan. Really cool show. One sec here. I think it's very admirable of a startup company to do as much communication as you and your team does. Tomars, thank you very much. We're doing our best. I wish we could do more. Personally, I love talking to people, love meeting people, hearing your stories. I wish I could talk to every single one of you guys one-on-one, but this is the best I can do. Technology's letting me reach more people at scale, which is really, really cool. Trevnod, Van, nice. How did you wind up living and working in China? Mark, I had a mentor when I was in high school, and he told me every time I met with this guy, he said, Rob, if you want to be successful, you got to learn Chinese and go to China. And I was like, what are you talking about? You're not Chinese. You don't speak Chinese. You've never been to China. But then I started seeing China everywhere in the news, Beijing Olympics. Their economy was booming for good reason. So I started learning it at college. My mentor calls me up one day, midsummer. I says, Rob, I know you've been learning Chinese. I think it's about time for you to go check out the country. If you go over there now, I'll buy your plane ticket. And I'm like, crap, like, let's go, let's do it. So I went down and bought a one-way ticket and never looked back. That was in 2009. And I recently came back in 2018. Peg, woohoo, ordered the pink. Awesome, Peg. So excited for you. Great, great color. Shindog says down by the river. Living in a van down by the river. Not quite. Sometimes I park it by the ocean though. It's really nice. Uh, 2700. No, I don't have the brand of the rack, but you can ask Pete. Maybe add Pete to Instagram. He might be able to tell you. My hat's off to you for what you've done so far. Thank you so much, Mark. Really appreciate it. I heard about the Babymaker a few hours ago, and now I'm thinking buying one last minute. Do it. Now is the time. Get in on it. The price will be going up when the campaign ends. Dennis, I just ordered my Babymaker Pro yesterday. Congratulations, Dennis. Stoked for you. Please tell me you live in your van down by the river. Not quite. If there was a river, you bet I'd be going there. I'm the homeless guy living in his van, college dropout who lives in his van down by the river. Pretty cool stuff. But we just launched the most successful crowdfunding campaign to ever hit Indiegogo. It's really cool. How does the Babymaker do in colder countries in terms of battery time and longevity? Alexander, the colder the temperature, the less discharge capacity you'll get from the battery. So the range does decrease slightly with temperature. Thanks for answering all my questions. Super excited to get my pink Babymaker, and well done in doing so well with it. Hopefully you can buy a house after all this. Thank you so much, Melanie. I really appreciate it. One of these days I will have to settle down and do that. Horns or drops for a commuter bike. Commuter bike, Mateus, you're probably better off with the horns. It is more of a relaxed upright ride, and you got that extra height on the horns. What info will your email team need to confirm my order? Shindog City, your first and last name and your email address. And if you've got your order number, that'd be great. Otherwise, first, last name, and the email you use to place your order. The more information you can provide, the better. Randopedia, I definitely don't want more kids, but glad to know it will help. Can't wait to get riding. Thanks for doing these videos. Keep it up. Signing off. Randopedia, thanks for joining us. Take care. You're doing a lot of riding. Any announcements? Carolyn, I'm not 100% sure what you mean by that. If you don't mind expanding on it. The FP Dragon, we don't say exactly which cells we use, but we only use the top 3 brands. Sometimes we'll change from one to the other depending on availability, but we only use Samsung, LG, and Panasonic cells. Those are the top 3 lithium-ion cell makers. They're all quality-wise, all on par with each other, all very, very good cells. We don't use those cheap no-name cells. We don't use recycled cells like we've seen in other bikes. Very scary stuff. Only the best for you guys. Can you explain the differences between 2 styles of brakes on the standard and the pro? I really need to get a set of handlebars in here, don't I? The standard has, I'm going to show you guys. There's no way I can explain that better than I can just show you. So I'll take you guys out to the shop, and I'm going to bring a bike with me so I can show you when I get back. Let's go. All right. So these brakes are going to be basically what you get on the Babymaker base model. You hit the lever and the brake pinches or squeezes the rim of the wheel. That's why they're typically referred to as rim brakes, or as we call them, C brakes, because they're in the shape of a C. You also hear of V brakes that are in the shape of a V. But those are how the brakes work. They do work very well, even work in the rain, stuff like that. A stronger option than that is what we offer on the Pro, which are Mogura hydraulic disc brakes on the bullhorn bars. And I don't have them here for the drop bars, but a TRP mechanically actuated hydraulic disc brake for the droppers. Now, a disc brake actually has a disc just like your car, and it has hydraulically actuated pistons that squeeze down on the disc. Now, typically you get more stopping power with the hydraulic disc brakes, and they're more reliable. It's a closed system. Definitely prefer to have the stronger hydraulic disc brakes if I can choose, but the base model brakes are no slouch either. They do work very well as well. And I'm gonna bring in a bike with me. By the way, we're using Magura hydraulic disc brakes on our flagship model here, the Blade 2.0. You see we've got the Magura brakes, big discs here. Same technology that we're putting on the Babymaker Pro model. I'm gonna bring this bike into the office so that we got something to talk about when these questions come up. This is awkward. Phone carrying, bike carrying. You got it there. We're back. All right. Let me check the computer and catch up on comments. Just a second, guys. Thank you for doing a lot of counsel on the size of the frame. 68 30-inch inseam. They're going to use a smaller frame. Good choice, Leland. What's the piece of artwork on the wall? It looks like a skateboard deck. I've got a couple of those. This one is hand painted by a fan who kind of took some things I'm into. Motorcycles, surfing, more surfing, weightlifting, and painted that on a skateboard deck. This one is a piece of custom art. That goes on one of our electric skateboards. It's a Phoenix, kind of a Chinese style. It's crooked though, it came off the nail here. Hey, there we go. I want to get a lot more of those in here. I wanted to put that Babymaker custom art piece in here, but I figured the whole office deserved it, so we put it out front. Best way to charge when touring? Just bring the charger with you, and then I recommend, like, if you run out of batteries, stop in for a coffee, long coffee break, hour or two, charge it when you're there. I've done that many times. You can do that. Paul White, what did you do in aviation? I'm an early FLX owner and also one of the original Cirrus SR22 owners. Awesome, Paul. What a great airplane. We were doing some aviation fueling technologies. So it was kind of a green business in the fact that it was trying to reduce the amount of fuel used by airlines. So when a airplane comes into a commercial airport, it's fueled, and typically that's all been done on like paper slips. You got fuelers, all mechanical human process, and you got these fuelers dicking around on their cell phones while they're fueling an airplane, not looking, and all this fuel is coming out of the end of the airplane wing, which is just awful. So we installed this technology to auto shut off the fuel tankers, the fuel trucks or devices when it hit the required amount by the pilots, because every amount over that you have, every bit of extra fuel, you have to burn extra fuel to carry that with you, about 10% of the weight. So we're able to save these airlines a ton of money on gas and also a ton of emissions from having to burn all that extra fuel. It was really cool. My job specifically was installing that at airports around the country in the United States and training all the fuelers to use that. I did that for about 2 or 3 years before quitting that and starting FLX with my partner Pete. Paul, I'm also a pilot myself. I've got my private license and an instrument rating. So in the future, maybe we can fly sometime. It'd be really cool. I got some comments to check up on here, to catch up on. All right. I'm growing my hair so it blows in the wind when I ride the Babymaker, and also my barber is still closed. Nice one, 30-day Jeff. Do you still talk to your mentor? Yes, Daddy Yank. Paul says, Ni hao, Paul, ni hao, ni怎么样哈? 吃饭了没有? I've ordered the Pro in black. I can't wait anymore. Awesome, Matt. Congratulations. Am I boring by getting the matte black? No, not at all, Trev. No, that's quite a stealthy color. Anthony, what's up, Rob? I'm going to make an epic review for you guys once I get mine. Awesome, Anthony. Can't wait. Let me pull this back a little bit. There we go. What is the size rear wheel nut? Wanted to know for locking purposes. Let me see if I've got that on hand. I don't imagine I do right here. No, I don't, but one of our videos has that information in it. It's the one about changing the rear tire. Axel mentioned it in that. So if you look up Babymaker tire change on YouTube, you'll be able to find that. Steve, I've sent 2 emails. Will I get a confirmation email before the contribution closes? Steve, you should get one as soon as we can catch up. As I've mentioned, we're about 5-6 days behind on emails right now. So just give us a chance to catch up to the emails. We still will be able to make the change if you've submitted your request before tonight at midnight. What's the top speed you guys have clocked on a Babymaker on a flat section? Frank, the current speed record is held by Eugene in LA. He's got a Babymaker beta in pink, and he's hit 33 miles an hour on a flat. That's some good tea. If you're completely lazy and want to cruise on 5 the whole time, how many miles can you expect to go before the battery runs out? RT Robbins, it really depends on you, how much you weigh, what kind of terrain you're on, how full the tires are, if the wind's blowing on you. It depends. If I was in level 5, just doing nothing, just barely moving the pedals, probably like 15 miles for me, 15, 20 on level 5, just doing nothing. Usually when I'm at 5, I'm still pressing the pedals because I just want to go faster. So I've never really ridden like that, but you could do that if you wanted to. Can you fit third-party mud guards and rack on the Babymaker? Mateus, I'm sure you'll be able to find some things that fit in terms of mud guards. The rack is something that we're custom making for the Babymaker. That is pretty special. However, there are some universal racks that can mount onto the seat post. If you want to look into one of those will mount on like any bike seat post. Back in the 70s and 80s, I worked in a bike shop. Bikes were my life. This feels like my second chance to embrace this life. Awesome, Rick. Really cool. to get you back in the saddle of a Babymaker. Really like the design of the bike, but something about the name Babymaker doesn't sit right. Like some kind of macho alpha feel. Can you elaborate on the naming process? Yeah, Benjamin, it's just a bit of fun. Pete and I like the name. There's nothing macho or like chauvinist about it. It's not meant to attack any sex, race, anything like that. We just hear the name. It makes us smile. As humans on this earth, we all are here as a result of the process of baby making. My dad was a baby maker. My mom was a baby maker. My grandparents, and so on for infinity. I personally think the process, procreation of life should be celebrated, and it's nothing to be offended about or scoffed at. So it's also kind of our statement for free speech and against hypersensitivity. Two people can read the name, and one of them might smile and laugh and chuckle and go ride it and have fun. The other person might get upset and go home all mad and furious. At the end of the day, which person do you think has a better night's sleep? That's up to you, and that's every person's choice and how they react to things they see and hear out in the world. Will we be able to upgrade the firmware in the motor, display, etc.? So everything we can provide, we will be providing on video. There may be extra things that people figure out or are able to customize or flash or whatever beyond what we provide. So just stay tuned, keep your ear to the ground. You might find some cool things. Hey, John, great to have you on here. Jerry, I thought of something else after getting offline. Have you thought of some type of locking mechanism over the battery compartment? 2 screws, weak defense for battery theft. Jerry, if somebody's going to steal your battery, it'd be way easier just to steal the whole bike. You know, you can get through any bike lock in a matter of minutes, 2-3 minutes. It's going to take you 15 minutes to get the battery out. So why go through the trouble of taking the thing out? You can't remove the battery unless you remove the forks. You do need to remove that plate, remove the fork as well, pull the battery out, disconnect it. In that time, you could have easily just taken the entire bike. So there's no point really in making that more secure. Have you decided on the final design of the shipping box? Anthony, we're going with the aquarium design. Is the Blade 2.0 discounted any at this time during the Babymaker run? Also, any chance of adding a rear suspension? Martin, the Blade 2.0, I believe, is at a $300 discount for pre-order. Orders now for the Blade 2.0 should ship in August. Right now it's June, so about a 2-month wait on the Blade 2.0. Right now they were completely sold out when we got the last batch in. But the next batch, I believe we still have some spots there. If you can pre-order it on our website, that means there are still places available. If I store the Babymaker in the garage, should I remove the battery? Then I don't expect there to be any issue with that. It can handle high temperatures. I think it's rated up to like 140 or 160 Fahrenheit. Do the hydraulic brakes need replacing more often than the normal brakes? I'm guessing they cost more. Actually, Trevnod, the other way around. Typically, the brake pads on C brakes need to be replaced more often than on the hydraulic disc brakes. Is my Indiegogo contribution number the same as my order number? Yes, Indog. Can't wait for mine to come. This is the first crowdfunded project I've ever joined. Glad it's this one. Hey, thank you so much, Dub PG. Really great to have a new crowdfunder on board for the Babymaker. With disc brakes, do you have to change them every few years? You just change the brake pads on the hydraulic disc brakes. Very similar to change the brake pads on your V brakes. Anyone live in SD? Let's start a Babymaker riding group and meet up on the weekends. Hell yeah, Matt, let's do it. We'll probably be organizing some rides soon. If you find the meetup group, it's called like San Diego Electric Bike Riders, something like that. We participate in that. How can I get an awesome FLX t-shirt? Farouk, we sell those on our website, www.flx.bike. little lost in the comments here. Give me one sec. All right. Can you do a separate video on how you suggest locking the Babymaker Pro up? What's the best way to protect it? RT Robbins, the best way to protect any bike, especially the more expensive they are, is not letting it leave your sight. Personally, I try and do that. Apart from that, if you do need it to leave your sight, locking through the mid triangle is absolutely essential. And then also, if you want to keep the wheels on, if you're in like a higher crime neighborhood, getting the lock through both wheels as well. I recommend also going through when you do the rear wheel, the rear triangle, and then you've got both front wheel, mid triangle, and rear wheel. All of those locked makes it pretty secure. The only thing that can really take is like your seat at that point. Lance, does your Spain factory also sell other models, or are they just doing the Babymaker? So Lance, the factory doesn't sell any models. They just we give them an order. We say build our Babymaker, and they're building it for us. They don't sell any bikes because the Babymaker has had such high demand in Europe and other places as well. We may start along with these first Babymaker shipments, we may start building some of our other bikes and stocking them in other major locations as well, like Europe. But right now, our focus is to get the Babymakers out, and then we'll be looking into those things. Trebnon says, charge your bike inside a cafe. You're very understanding, generous cafes in the States then. Yeah, and most cafes also have outlets outside. At least in California, there's a lot of outside seating. They have outlets for people to use their laptops. That's typically where you see the electric vehicle people charging their stuff. You obviously work out a lot. How are you maintaining with all the hours you're working right now? Tomar's, the maintenance, really most important part is diet. I still eat clean. And I'm able to squeeze in about 2 to 3 workouts a week, which is enough to kind of stay constant at the moment. Because of quarantine, all the gyms are closed, which has actually been a blessing in disguise because it's made me get creative, do my workouts here in the shop. So I've been able to save a ton of time. No commute to the gym. Just get out the bands, do a quick workout, take about an hour or two, and get back to the computer. Will the touring package eventually be available for full price on the FLX website? Probably, Javier, at least the components of the touring package. That is a low priority item at the moment. The highest priority is building all the orders and the bikes and shipping those to you guys. What number is the campaign at now? Come on, 12. In one of my chats weeks ago with Axel, he predicted 12. Brian, that was our internal goal. So that's probably why he predicted that. And the campaign right now is at, let me refresh the page. Brian, 11,940,242 US dollars, 8,685 backers, 59,701% funded with 11 hours to go. Very exciting. Can we have an EU plug for the charger? Jerome, we're working on that. That's a goal. No promise on that, but we're definitely working to make that happen. Just purchased 2 Babymakers. Awesome, Reed. Congratulations. It's always better to ride in pairs or in groups with these bikes. It's just so much more fun with somebody else being able to experience the speed with you. Can you pump my motor up to about 45 miles per hour? I wish I could. The motor, Daniel Trent, does cut out at 28 miles per hour. I plan to make a couple babies after my first beach ride. Nice one. Tomar's, the front wheel has a quick release and the rear wheel has nuts holding that motor axle in. Dan says, the name is dope. You and Pete dined for free when in Toronto. Thank you so much, Dan. Appreciate it. Hope to make it out to Toronto sometime soon. I'm lost in the comments again. It looks like I'm going to have to answer these a bit quicker to catch up, so I'll try and do that. Can the BM be set up tubeless? Evan, you may be able to find some tubeless kits. Otherwise, you can check out airless tires like Tannis. Eugene, please pursue the option of attaching an external battery. I'm sure such a kit will be well received, generate hundreds of orders. Eugene, it has been highly requested. We've definitely got that in mind. It's something Pete and I have discussed quite a bit. No plans to release that at the moment, but it's definitely top of mind for us. The FP Dragon, I'm not sure about lack of gears. On some videos, it looks quite hard to start riding with the high transmission. Is it possible to start riding on a high ascent, let's say level 1 motor edition? You're right, the FP Dragon, it's not geared for, the most ideal 0 mile per hour start. It's more geared for the mid to high range in terms of speed. So that's like 10 to 20, 25 miles per hour is the ideal range there. So starts, you do have to put some force into it to get it up to speed and accelerating. With that said, when you're on a hill and you're in like level 1 pedal assist or 0 pedal assist looking straight up the hill, it's going to be tough. It'd be the same on any bike. So I did just release a video about that, how to get up steep hills. And if level 1 doesn't cut it, then just blast it on level 5, get up the hill, and then turn it back down. If you have any issue with that, 5 is definitely going to be more help than 1. Somebody asked to change the color now. Does that move them back to the back of the line? John, that's a great idea. Maybe we should do that to discourage all the change requests we're getting. But no, at the moment, it does not change your order in line. Will I need to fit the touring kit myself, or is it done at the factory? Steve, that's a detail we have not determined yet. It's either going to come on the bike or in a separate box. Either way, you'll get all this stuff. If it's separate, we will have a video for you of how to install it. How bright are front and back lights from touring package? I don't have the exact lumen count, Mateus, on that. Pete will have it, but they are quite bright. Jerry said, for the naming, I prefer the explanation that if man and woman are going to ride together and one is weaker rider, the pedal assist allows them to ride together. Couples that ride together make babies together. I love it, Jerry. That is a great explanation. We should change the FAQ to read that. Do you have to replace the brake fluid in the hydraulic brakes? Vin, no. I like never do that on the bikes. The official change schedule, there's probably a mile count on when you're supposed to do that. What I do when I ride is, I just feel the brakes, and eventually you may feel them start to get a little spongy, in which case that would be a time when you want to do a brake service or change that fluid out. There's probably an official schedule, stating exactly how many miles you're supposed to do that on, which we can check into and provide that info. But I don't really ever replace the brake fluid unless I notice an actual difference in performance with the brakes. It is a closed system with hydraulic disc brakes. E.g., the Babymaker is a single-speed electric bike. Rick, the order number in your email is not a tracking number. That's just kind of when you ordered. The higher the number it is, the further you are in the production queue. However, when we do get the bike built and into our warehouse for shipping, once we get a shipping label for you, we will be sending that to your email, and you'll be able to track the bike from our warehouse to your door. Guys, we've got about 10 minutes left on this live. And then I'll need to get back to work and lunch and all that. So I'll try and pound through these questions and possibly go live one more time for the final hour if time permits. Congrats on a successful campaign with almost 9,000 bikes delivered. What's the split of the production between China and Spain? Anthony, I think it's about 80 plus percent in Asia and the rest in Spain for the EU. I heard the EU is shipped from Spain. The FP Dragon, yes, it is. Exactly if there are or how much import duties to expect, I recommend you doing some research on that. Look for electric bike from Spain to whatever country you're in the EU and see if you are liable for import duties. I'm 5'8". What size should I get? CMS, please refer to the sizing chart on the campaign page. There's also several videos about that as well. At 5'8", you're kind of in the middle. I'm 5'8", 30-inch inseam. I ride the 23-inch. However, I'd also be very comfortable on the 19-inch. I'm also very fit and flexible, so I've got some more leeway. If I had limited mobility or I was older or not as flexible, I'd probably go with a 19-inch. I do have long legs too. Todd, if you order the Babymaker Pro now, you'll be charged whatever the price is at now, which is $14.23 for the Babymaker Pro. Mark, my best to you and Pete, as well as the rest of the Babymaker team. Success to you in this and future ventures. Thank you for all the updates and live events. Thank you so much, Mark. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to us. Thanks very much for answering about the tourniquet. I'm nervous I'll mess it up. Steve, it'll be very easy. We'll have, at the very least, video instructions if needed. Derek, why ship from China, Spain to San Diego and then homes? Why not ship directly to the consumer? Wouldn't that speed up the delivery? Derek, it would not be feasible to ship each bike individually from China or wherever it comes to your home. The reason is, there's no economies of scale. If you ship one bike, it's going to be a tremendous amount of cost. We're talking $800 to $1,000 per bike shipping cost if they were shipped individually. So that's why we ship them via container, because it's much more affordable. We ship 200 bikes at a time in a container and then get those in and then ship them to you. Jerry says, have a good day. The tea may taste good, but looks like a bottle full of rust. Just saying. Cheers, Jerry. I'll have a sip of rust for you. Sure tastes good, that bottle of rust. Callum says, proper, exciting, well thought out bikes. Thank you so much, Callum. Steve will change to a 19-inch then. Sarah will hate you even more. When and how do I pay additional funds? Todd, I'm not sure what funds you're talking about. Rex, the 12 million goal looks within reach. Congrats to you and the rest of the FLX team. We're going to get it, Rex. Thank you very much. Suki, are the front brakes on the right handle? I always get these confused because I ride motorcycles and bikes and they're swapped. On motorcycles, the right is the front brakes. On bikes, the left is the front brake. That's for the US. Exactly where those brakes are going to be, I'm not sure if they will 100% be set up to the US spec, which is left front brake, or if we'll match those to countries. NZ deliveries, Anthony, will come on their own container from our production facility in Asia. COVID-19 seems to have impacted the local bike shops here in San Diego. People don't trust the mass transit and are switching to bikes. Yes, Wolf. And everybody's stuck at home, and biking is one of the only things you can do to get out. So loads of people are switching over to bikes and trying to, I guess, pay attention to their health. Gyms are closed too, so how else can you get out and exercise? Biking has become a very, very attractive option for many people. Vin, my wife told me to only order one Babymaker Pro due to cost, in which I did, but I want to order one more so we can ride together. That would be an awesome, awesome gift, Vin. Looks like COVID-19 may be contributing to the Babymaker success. Who knows? Who knows? Could be. It could be worse, could be better. It is tough financial times for many people at the moment. But on the other hand, as well, a lot of people are paying attention to their health more than usual. So could be a wash, could be better, could be worse. All we know is to do the best for what we've got. Congrats to all you at FLX. 12 mil is happening. I talked to 2 of my friends into getting one, and I got 2 coming for my lady and I. Awesome, Evan. You're going to have some riding buddies to go out with. Will smack. Or is it just the hot models that you have demonstrating the bike? Maybe that's contributed. Hey, Rob, if I ordered base level Babymaker band, I want to upgrade to Babymaker Pro. When do I pay additional funds? Todd, we will have to cancel your order of the base model and then have you reorder a Pro model. It is a bit complicated, but you can email us hello@flx.bike to do that. If you're reading this, you're well caught up in the comments. We're finally caught up. 4 minutes before the live ends, we've caught up. Can you check the braking, please? US style on the left, as you said, it'll take loads to get used to. That's UK's right handle for front, just like motorcycles. Suki, I will ask Pete about that. I'll see what he says. Does the Pro have standard fork, and what is the through rake on it? Michael, I'm not sure exactly the rake on that. Pete and our designers will have a better answer, but yeah, it is a standard fork. Michael, Ikema was the best option for this bike. We really just consider what's out there and make our decision based on that. We did develop a good relationship with Ikema, who makes the hub motor for the Babymaker. 31 cyclists on a 2-mile stretch this morning. No race, just legitimate lockdown exercise. Nice, Callum. Are you measuring seat post or top tube for size? Jeff, the 19-inch refers to the distance between the bottom bracket and the top of the seat tube. 19-inch, 23-inch. That's what we're measuring. Is it possible to downgrade the disc brakes to V brakes? Just looking out for simpler future maintenance. Wanted the Pro to get the belt drive. No, it's not. They have different mounts between the base and Pro model. However, the hydraulic disc brakes, that does not mean that it will have more maintenance required. Hydraulic disc brakes are very reliable. They're meant to be like basically zero maintenance because it is a closed system. We've been very happy with the hydraulic disc brakes we've been using on our bike since 2016. Thrill Seeker, I believe we can ship about anywhere. However, the Middle East, typically we've seen quite high shipping rates there, up to like $800 per bike. So you can place your order now. What we'll do is we do have several locations like that where we need to get, work a bit more to get the exact shipping rate. If it's more than what you were charged for shipping, then we'll reach out and say, hey, look, your shipping's $500 or whatever it is. If you want to go ahead, we'll collect the difference in cost. If not, we'll just refund your purchase. What if the chain breaks? Yeah, Magic, if the chain breaks, you can splice it back together with a new master link, or you can get a new chain. Very simple process with any bike. Gary, I've ordered 2 Babymaker Pros. Can I cancel the first one? Gary, please just email us hello@flx.bike for any order change requests. One second here. I'm going to do about 3 more minutes and then hop off and get back to work, guys. What are the wheels made of? Aluminum, Frank. Top Q&A, well done. Thank you very much, Cal. I appreciate it. I lost the comments again. Excuse me. You guys rock. Come on, 12. Can't wait till October. Does the suspension seat post you sell fit the Babymaker? Joseph, the Babymaker seat post is 30.4 millimeter diameter. So that's what you'll be looking for if you want to get a suspension seat post. Steve just emailed about frame size change. Awesome. People are generally more aware of their health now, and bikes are a very attractive option. Absolutely, wolf smack. I've read that there are no extra fees for Europe. Do you know if that counts for Switzerland too? Owen, you really need to do your own research on that. I have not personally looked up import duties for every single country that we ship to. They are shipped from Spain, so just a quick Google search. Electric bike importer from Spain to Switzerland. You'll probably find the answer to that. Frank, Matt Black ordered. Awesome. Congratulations, Frank. Is the speed limit for the EU bike also 25 miles per hour? Mr. Lemon, it was shipped with a EU compliant speed limit of 25 kilometers per hour. You will be able to adjust that speed on your own to comply with your local regulations, whatever they may be. Hype for the bike. Have a nice day. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up the live now. Thank you so much for joining. I might go on tonight for like the final hour of the campaign. If you guys are up, that's in what, like 10 hours or so. I might have a beer just to celebrate. So if anybody wants to join me for a beer or a drink or just shoot the shit as we cross the campaign end, let me know and look out for the next live, hopefully at 11 p.m. tonight. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining, for your support, being here for this wild ride. Love you guys. See you later.